This is emotional and psychological abuse. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome back to my channel. In this week's video, we're going to talk about why do aunties talk like that. If you haven't watched my previous video, maybe you want to go and check it out. I will link it here above. And it's about how aunties talk about young girls who are just learning their style to wear the hijab. Some of you might think that I made this video and there is a great lesson in it. I want to blame someone, or I want to laugh about someone, or that I am just showing you any frustrations that I have in myself, which is absolutely not true. The only reason I made it the way I made it is because that is the reality. Every sentence said in that video is an exact sentence, maybe translated into English, that has been said to me or to my friends or to the girls I know. So in this video, first I want to explain also what it is that those aunties are doing. So actually you might think that they are gossiping. And yes, that's gossip, and gossip is like they talk about girls behind their back. Even though gossiping is haram in Islam, this goes much further than only gossiping, and I will explain you. When they talk like that, what they're actually doing is they are humiliating the girl in the way that she dresses, and they are openly criticizing that girl, and therefore they are publicly embarrassing her. They do that, and they will try to justify this by saying things like, oh yeah, but the things that you are doing are wrong, that's not part of the religion, and well, what we are saying is part of the religion, and you should not question the religion, you only should follow the rules of the religion. And by saying that, they are justifying that they are humiliating the girl, they're criticizing the girl, they're embarrassing the girl. And when you try to go in conversation, if you do that, because most of you won't do that, I know, but if you do that, they will start lecturing you, and they will go on and go on, and when the lecture is finished, they will start giving you direct orders, like, because we said so, you have to do so. And all of this will only be a one way of communication. You will not be able to answer them back. They will not be open to listen to what you have to say. They will not even try to understand your opinion. When you do go further in dialogue, they will continue. They know that they are on the losing side, and they have nothing to say anymore. So what they will start doing is that they will start blaming the Western schooling system, that they teach this and this and this, and they will start blaming your friends, that your friends having a bad influence on you. They will tell you that you show no respect because you are talking back, and thus they will try to cut you off and isolate you. And surprisingly, this sounds very normal in our society. This is what happens a lot, especially with Muslim girls. But let's see what it is. If you search, if you have somehow access to internet and some books, if you search on terms like humiliating, criticizing, embarrassing, use of religion, lecturing, blaming, isolation, according to psychology, this is emotional and psychological abuse. And if you went through this in your younger years, in your teenage years, then you have been abused, especially when those things were done to you by your loved ones, because sometimes it's not the aunties who do that, and it's just the parents who do that. Yes, it sounds a little bit heavy, and it is. Now that we know that this is some kind of abuse, the damage can have no effect, and the damage can be that the girl has abandoned hijab completely, and she doesn't even want to wear the hijab. She doesn't want to have nothing to do with it, and that's just a logical consequence of what has been going on before. So let's ask the question, why do aunties, why do women, elder women talk like that about girls? And here are 5 reasons. First of it is that they have no knowledge. They grew up in a society where they probably didn't even go to school, or even if they went, there was such a school that had no values, and maybe they have done 10 classes, or even if they have done 12 classes, they have no knowledge of how an ecosystem works. They have no knowledge of how the solar system works. They have no knowledge how a mobile phone works. Most of the terms that we use now, they have never heard of it. Like they've never heard of nanotechnology or rocket science, or maybe psychology. I mean, ask them what psychology is, they will not be able to answer you, and that makes them to act in a way that they don't even know if it's right and wrong, and they got stuck at that moment and they didn't develop afterwards. So that's the first point. The second point is they have no experience. How many women who do talk like that have experience of working outside of the home, earning money, even if they don't work for money, who lead a society into a specific direction? They have no such experience. All they know is cooking and cleaning. And don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with cooking and cleaning, but that is just the basics. You know, everyone should know how to cook and how to clean. There is nothing fancy about it. There is nothing special about it. But that is all the life experience. If you would make their CV, that's all what there would be. There would be no such thing as post-learning after their marriage. They didn't attend classes, or they didn't attend forums or workshops to update themselves. Let's go to the third part, and that is they are jealous. They are jealous of the Western girl who is growing up here, that she has the safe society, that she can go alone outside, that she can go to school and choose whatever school she wants to go and whatever she wants to learn, that she even has the right and the freedom to go bicycle and even learn to drive. They are jealous because when they were younger, they had no such opportunity, because that's why they came to Europe in the first place. But instead of being happy, they feel like you are having too good for their taste. As a consequence, when they get jealous, they will try to influence your freedom by talking behind your back. And by talking behind your back, they will brainwash other women, maybe your mother, so that your mother feels like everyone is talking badly about my child, so I have to, I don't want to lose my reputation in this community. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to oppose things on my daughter or my children so that I do fit in this society, because I don't want no one to talk bad about us, because beside that society, they have nothing. They have no knowledge, they have no experience, they have no community, they have nothing. That's all what it exists for them. So they will force things on their children so that no one talks bad about them, so that they fit in the society. And that's number 4, social pressure. The 5th reason I want to give is that the women who talk like that, they are emotionally immature. You know, like a toddler, they start doing things and saying things, but they don't know really why. That means that their emotional brain hasn't developed yet in a manner that they cannot feel what they are feeling and differentiate that feeling from their actions. And those women who do that, they're having this feeling of jealousy, and as a natural reaction to it is to destroy someone who is creating that emotion. So they are emotionally immature. But if they would have been emotionally mature, they would see like, wow, this girl is doing those things and I'm jealous of her. Yes, I'm jealous of her. Why? Because she is having all those things that I do not have. They would, if they would be emotionally mature, they would ask themselves, how can I get that? She's going there, maybe I should go there. And she is driving, maybe I should drive. And if they would think like that, they would turn that emotion of jealousy into something good, which would eventually help them develop, but it doesn't happen because they are emotionally immature. So I think this video is going to get too long for this week, so I'm going to just stop here. And in the next week's video, which I will publish on Thursday or Friday, we will talk about what a girl can do, what a parent can do if they are in such a situation, and things that they should never do. So stay tuned and please subscribe to this channel for more. Assalamu alaikum.